As we're cutting this leek, you can see that there's some dirt inside, so we're going to wash this as soon as we get down to the center core. This is going to be the basis for our seafood bouillabaisse we're going to be making. So we're just going to peel off a few of the outer layers here. There we go. And just give this a wash. Just prior to the pandemic, Fleischmann's Yeast decided to do a overhaul on their facilities. In fact, the people that make the jar, these glass jars, come from India, and India decided to retool their factory, so they shut down their factories for a number of months while they decided to have a planned retooling. And since there was no more jars to be, or I guess Fleischmann had enough jars, well, what happened was Fleischmann cut the production of their factories way down. So what happened? Well, we had a pandemic. Everyone stayed home. They all wanted to bake. So we ran out of yeast. You couldn't get any more yeast. I've got my jar now. They're back in production. But you couldn't buy Fleischmann's yeast. The other thing you couldn't buy was flour. We ran out of flour. Yes, I've got my bag now. So what happened is people who had sourdough bread channels, YouTube channels that talked about how to start yeast cultures and sourdough bread became superstars overnight. The pandemic had a huge effect on food channels on YouTube. As people stayed at home, they wanted to learn how to cook, and many of them had never cooked before. And it was a feeding frenzy for cooking channels. And today we're going to talk about 5 of my favorite cooking channels I follow along. These are people who were propelled into stardom through the pandemic. They were pretty famous before, but the pandemic really propelled them into stardom. So let's have a look at this. Grab something to eat, sit back, and we're going to have a fun time. Well, it's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior, where we make videos to help seniors understand technology. And if you want to be notified when we make new videos, then you know the subscribe and notification thing below. So just click the button, subscribe, and and notification, and we'll send you a note when we create new videos. You're saying, what the heck, Ron? Is this a cooking channel now? What I want to talk today about is YouTube, and I want to talk about the success of food channels on YouTube, particularly through the pandemic. People didn't know how to cook, they wanted to learn, and these channels became phenomenally popular. I have 5 favorites that I'm going to show you today, although I probably follow several hundred, because that's where I get all my recipes. But these 5 have very interesting people who run the channels, and we're going to talk a little bit about the channels, what type of food they cook, and why you should watch them. And in the show notes below, I will post links to all their channels, so you don't have to be writing a bunch of stuff down. So sit back, put your feet up, grab something to eat, because you're going to get hungry, and we're going to have a good time.
On those occasions when you have guests and you need something great for breakfast, we got your back so big, you won't even know you had a back. And by the way, I don't think that actually made sense. But I will say this, I've been asked to do a version of this forever. It involves refrigerator biscuits and eggs and cheese, and frankly, I could stop there and it would be fantastic. We're doing kind of an Italian.
So the first channel I'd like to talk about today is Sam the Cooking Guy. Sam Z-I-E-N, is from Vancouver, Canada. Yay! And he's married, lives with his wife and 3 children in San Diego. Sam was propelled into stardom through the pandemic, but he was a star before that. He has an interesting history, and if you go back in his early days in Vancouver, struggled to find a job that he really liked. He decided in 2001 he went to Japan and was going to start a broadcast show on travel, and he was going to be your everyman's traveler and travel around telling you where to go and what hotels to stay in. He had it all set up, and it was going to be aired as a television show through Japan, and of course it got canceled because of 9/11. He went back to Vancouver. The project never went ahead, but he always had that in the back of his mind that he'd like to do broadcasting. He then moved to Phoenix, Arizona. You all know that I spent a large part of my time down in Mesa. And he got his real estate license and sold real estate, which he hated. He then, of course, moved on to property management, which he hated more. And then his family moved to San Diego. And through a series of events, he got involved in cooking. And his claim to fame was that he was a poor barbecuer. That was all he ever knew about cooking. As typically happens, men are relegated to the barbecue, and most don't do a very good job of that. So that was about all he knew, but he had a great personality and really liked to cook. He thought he could explain cooking for the everyday person and come up with some great recipes. I started watching Sam when he had about 500,000 subscribers. He made a video at that time because Google had him go to their head office, and he did a motivational talk for an hour to, I guess, YouTube employees to show them how well he was doing. And so that was sort of cool, and I'll put the link in the show notes for because that's an interesting video to listen to. Well, when he reached 1 million subscribers, I watched his show that he did, and he gave away a lot of expensive barbecues and everything. It was a really great show when he passed the 1 million mark. I missed his 2 million mark, and I missed the show for his 3 million mark. Yes, he's got over 3 million subscribers. He's written a number of cooking books. He owns 3 restaurants. He's done a show on a nuclear-powered U.S. submarine. He's done a show on a nuclear-powered U.S. aircraft carrier. He's 62 years old and is having the time of his life. He truly enjoys what he's doing. So let's have a look at a man who has won 13 Emmys and in a very short time in his life has had 3 million subscribers subscribed to his YouTube channel and is having the time of his life. Let's see what the magic sauce is.
Scallion. I know what the f*** a scallion is.
Now you do.
Giggity giggity. Oh. Okay, the flavor is just off the charts. The pesto puddles that were in this, amazing. The melty cheese. It's this contrast between the crispy corners of the biscuits and the soft underbelly of this thing. It's a dream that you will want to eat all the time and make for your friends. But the only downside is if it's too good, they might want to come back all the time. There's so much noise going on in there. There's kids playing, whatever. But that's what this is for families. Make it. Make it, eat it, love it.
Hey guys, it's Jeff from Pressure Luck. So, like I just said, I just came back from this amazing journey to Italy and Greece, and the next dish I'm going to make has absolutely nothing to do with either of those countries. Actually, there was this restaurant on the ship that had this cute little adorable interactive thing where they project it onto the table and a little chef goes on your plate and the whole table turns into an ocean and he goes fishing on the plate for certain ingredients to put into a soup or a stew. And look at me, I wore my seahorse shirt just for this occasion. Look at seahorses. Why? Because we're making something from the sea.
The next channel is called Pressure Luck Cooking. It's run by a man by the name of Jeffrey Eisner, who describes himself as a Jewish boy from Long Island. In 2017, he made a video about cooking mac and cheese and put it on his YouTube and Facebook sites. This quickly became very popular, and with the pandemic and the popularity of cooking channels, he now has 300,000 subscribers. Now, I found Pressure Luck Cooking when I was looking for recipes for my Instapot. I bought an Instapot about 4 years ago, and I use it every day. I just love it, whether it's cooking rice, whether I'm doing stews, or making soups. It's an absolute great utensil in the kitchen. So when I was looking for recipes, I found Pressure Luck Cooking. And the first recipe I looked at was a seafood bouillabaisse. Now, I was looking for a special recipe because it was going to be Christmas Eve 2 years ago. And it was the first time that my wife and I had ever been by ourselves for Christmas Eve dinner. This was a real downer and certainly a problem with the pandemic because none of the kids could come home. So I made her this seafood bouillabaisse, and it was a huge success. I've probably made the recipe over 30 times now, and if you come to visit, which I hope you all come and visit me sometime, I will be making you this for lunch or for dinner or whenever you're going to be here. It is a very popular soup I do, and I always have lots of seafood. It's very simple to do, and that's what I was making earlier on when we started the video. We're having a seafood dinner tonight, and this is going to be one of our signature items. Jeffrey, with his Pressure Lock Cooking, is a interesting channel. He has some very good recipes. These recipes are not specific to Instapot. You could certainly do these in the stove, on the stove, or in a slow cooker. So give it a try. They're some really tasty stuff. Let's have a look at his secret sauce.
Bouillabaisse. Look at all that. The scallops, the fish, the crab meat, the shrimp. And by the way, you can add really any seafood you want. You want some mussels in there? Add some mussels. You want some clams? Add clams. You want some lobster? Add lobster. It's up to you. Hey, even calamari can be fun. You can throw a few rings in there. Whatever you want to do, the sky's the limit here. But the bouillabaisse should just be full of wonderful seafood delights and treasures. Okay, we are now ready to serve this up into some bowls. Start by ladling in some soup with some shrimp and some fish in there. Let's get some scallops and crab meat and some of that cod. Oh boy, we are looking delightful here, folks.
Well, hello there, friends. One of my favorite chicken fricassee. Really easy to make. Thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell. Stay tuned, we're gonna make it together right now. Okay, friends. Well, this is an easy one. This is for all of our newcomers, new subscribers, because you may not have seen one of our braised chicken. It's also for everybody who's on a budget right now, and that would be me, everybody. I mean, wow, the price of food today is amazing, my friends. Everything is crazy, yeah? So we're going to do a lot of chicken dishes, because chicken is still, it's up, but it's not crazy, right? So we're going to do a braised chicken. We're going to do a chicken fricassee. A lot of you have requested a chicken fricassee. A child could do it. So we're going to do it, friends. First thing we're going to do is we're going to saute some onion, and we're using butter, regular butter. Matter of fact, I've been cooking all day today, and I got no more butter left. Can you imagine that? I'm short on butter.
Well, I'm sure you'd rather watch Chef Jean-Pierre rather than myself. But let me just take a minute and tell you who Jean-Pierre is. Chef Jean-Pierre is a James Beard nominee chef, a TV personality, and the author of 3 cookbooks with 54 years experience as a professional chef. He opened and ran one of America's best 100 restaurants for 22 years, and a cooking school with over 40,000 students for more than 20 years situated in Florida. The chef hosted over 200 cooking shows, which were distributed on PBS and many television networks across the United States, Australia, and even China. The chef appeared on The Today Show 28 times, as well as being a guest on Larry King, and also on Regis and Kathy Lee and the Lifetime channel. After many years, he's coming out of retirement to once again teach and entertain us with a fun and easy approach to gourmet cooking. Come and learn how to cook with Chef Jean-Pierre, making cooking fun for everyone. As Chef Jean-Pierre would say, even a child could do it. So let's have a look.
All over the place. And not only that, but it stays warm. Pretty cool, right? All right, so I got in the mashed potato there, and for the mashed potato link, right over there, friends. If you ever never made my mashed potato, you got to give it a try. Let me turn this guy off. And so we're going to take the scoop right there, ice cream scoop. We're going to put it right there on the bottom of the bowl. All right, and let's keep the mashed potato warm it thing that took forever to cook were the carrots. I couldn't believe it, how long them carrots took. Look at this, they're gorgeous or what? Is that beautiful or what, my friends? And then you can finish it up with a little bit of that, and then, don't forget, sage is present, right? So since I'm lucky enough to get the fresh sage, I like to put a tree of sage right there on top of it. And right there, my friends, we got ourselves a beautiful plate. Then here's a perfect dinner, and that was simple to make. You can do this, okay? Everybody can do this, okay? And I'm telling you, you guys are gonna love it. And I'm gonna check it to make sure it's perfect now. And it should have, I want to make sure we can do it with the camera. But you see, look at this, look at this, friends. Look at this. Oh, mamma mia. Oh, I love my life. I love my job. I love cooking for you guys. Oh, it's amazing. You can taste the sage right there. It's not too much in your face. I can get a hint of the nutmeg in there. And you know what's special? Is in the cream, all the fat in the cream. Can't even taste it in your tongue. It's not thick because of the lemon. The perfect balance between the fat and the acidity. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, it was a pleasure to cook for you. Don't forget, thumbs up if you like the video.
Off of your lasagna, put it in, and watch it for about 2 to 3 minutes until it's nice and golden brown on top.
Number 14 is chicken Alfredo.
All right, so to get started, you're gonna push the saute button, and we're gonna let that heat up to...
6 sisters. Can you imagine having 5 siblings? Well, with just under 1 million subscribers to their food channel and many affiliate marketing, the 6 Sisters food channel is an amazing place to find great recipes. I started again looking at Instapot, and I wanted to find some more recipes. Well, I stumbled on 6 Sisters and have been hooked ever since. Now, I'm sure they are a lot better looking than I am, and I'm going to let them tell their story. But if you want to find some great recipes, not just on Instapot, you'll go to their YouTube channel and follow along. So let's have a look and see how they do.
We are the sisters from SixSistersStuff.com, which is a blog that we started in 2011. Every day we share our favorite recipes, easy recipes that everyone can make at home. Travel tips, fitness ideas, style, basically everything that we're passionate about. We just love sharing our stuff. I'm Camille, and I am the oldest of the 6 sisters. As the blog kind of progressed, I started looking more at the fitness and health side, and so that's where 6 Sisters Strong started, and that's kind of what I run.
Hi, I'm Kristen, and I am sister number 2. I run the affiliate program, so I'm in charge of Amazon and 6 Sisters Style.
My name is Elise, and I am the 3rd of the 6 sisters. My husband works full-time with us now, so each week we send a menu plan with recipes for each night of the week.
I'm Stephanie. I'm sister number 4. I take care of our e-commerce and affiliates on 6 Sisters Stuff. I also get a lot of help from my husband. He's an accountant, so he makes sure that we keep all of our numbers in order.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and I'm Kendra, and we are the youngest of the 6 sisters.
I run a lot of the marketing for our company, and I also am the one that communicates with all of the brands that we work with.
And I work with the Facebook page. I answer all the questions and comments, and I also do customer service.
Growing up, our mom always had family dinner on the table.
Our recipes we make as simple as possible so you can spend less time in the kitchen, less time at the drive-thru, and sit together with your family to enjoy a meal together.
Hey, what's up everybody? Hungry Hussey here. Today's going to be a crazy day. Crazy. As you know, the Griddle guys and myself, they're up up north a little ways. I'm down here in south. We did a little collab. I sent them a little something from the south. They sent me a little something from the north. What they sent me was pretty dang crazy. I'm going to tell you that. So, you're probably saying, if you didn't catch my teaser video, you're probably going to say, what do you got, Hussey? I'm going to tell you what these suckers brought. Not brought. I'm going to tell you what they sent, Hungry Hussey. Larry. Look at my boy Larry. Larry the lobster. Larry, say hello to YouTube. So, these guys...
The Hungry Hussey YouTube channel. Well, Matthew Hussey is a man who lives in North Carolina. He's married, has his children who often appear in the videos with him. I don't think it's a full-time job for him, but I've been watching him now for about 5 years. I initially looked him up, not for an Instant Pot, but I have a Blackstone grill. His recipes and promotions were focused largely around the Blackstone grill, so I followed along to get some interesting recipes. This is the funniest video I've ever seen, and certainly you should look at it later after the show. There's a bit of rivalry between what he does and another group in the northern states, and of course they decided to swap products that they had to cook on the grill. Well, they sent Matthew a 5-pound lobster. I don't think Matthew had ever seen a lobster before, and it's how not to cook a lobster on a Blackstone grill. So this was a very funny video that he did. I've enjoyed Matthew. He's a very interesting and lovable guy. He has great videos on how to grill. I have a big Blackstone grill on my deck, which is part of our kitchen. I've enjoyed his videos very much and look forward to new ones that he does. As we finish off, just have a look at this individual. This is the second house that he purchased. He built the house with the idea of his YouTube channel. He does all his own video editing and promotion. So have a look at this and enjoy it.
That's something kind of good right there. Well, there you have it, folks. Our hibachi dinner, it is done. And man, I am ready to dig into this. It just smells amazing. I got me a little boat, got me a spoon, and I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna try a little bit of these veggies, a couple pieces of this chicken, a couple of pieces of this, and a little bit of scallions, a little bit of green onion on top. Makes it pretty. Give us a look, y'all. Look at that.
Well, I'm sure you're hungry now. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Remember the like and subscribe thing? Have a great day, enjoy your cooking, and we'll see you again in about a week. Bye now.